Good Wednesday afternoon. We begin by opening the fridge and asking, could you make dinner with what you have in your fridge tonight? If you're saying no, you might be overlooking some possibilities. And our first guest is here to help with that. Todd Davies is the author of a book called Jam Today, a diary of cooking with what you've got. I love the concept, Todd.
What's the way I cook?
Yeah.
I will point out, Rod Hill did think it was a book about learning to dunk.
Jam.
Or dance. It's either
Or make
dunking
homemade jam.
or ballroom dancing. Something.
So,
Yeah, okay.
Todd, let's start with, I kind of emptied out a few shelves of my fridge. I didn't think I had much in there, but you looked at it and
Expired.
you said, yeah, I see possibilities.
Expired.
I didn't just say I saw possibilities. I said softball, man. This is a softball. You have pasta, right?
Yes.
And you were saying that you had a 14-year-old who is a little bit of a picky eater.
Very.
Do you know how to make spaghetti carbonara?
I do not. With what I have there, does
Pretty
it include
much.
pickles?
Pretty much. You don't have to cook with everything you have. You just have to cook with what you have.
Okay.
So how do we make
Carbonara
that?
is a sauce, isn't it? Is it a type of sauce?
Yeah,
No?
it's egg. It's
Okay.
egg essentially, and
egg.
it's raw egg that cooks on the pasta as you you cook the pasta.
Sure.
You have mixed the egg up with salt and pepper and Parmesan cheese usually, but you've got feta. Use feta. It'll taste great. You mix that all up. Add a little sour cream. That'll kind of loosen it up too. You cook the pasta while you're cooking bacon, little bits of bacon, right? Crispy bacon. Add the bacon to the bowl with the eggs. Once the pasta's cooked, drain it. Don't drain it too much and dump it immediately into the bowl.
This is fancy.
Takes like about
And she has
20
all the stuff to
minutes.
make it.
I am curious about something. You write the book. It's obviously a cooking book about cooking with materials you already have in your refrigerator, but you don't know what's in our individual refrigerator. So how is writing a cookbook like this different than writing a cookbook about materials that aren't already in your refrigerator? Does
That's
that
a
make
good
sense?
question,
Does
actually.
that make sense?
Good question.
Thank you. I don't even understand the question myself.
I don't
hoping my
either.
guest
I'm not
does.
sure
Oh,
where
I
you're going.
totally got
Thank
it.
you. Tom got it.
No, I totally got it. It's actually not meant to be a recipe cookbook. There are tons of recipes in there because it's how I cook.
Okay.
I say, this is what I did. This is what happened that day. I live a half an hour away from the market. I live in the mountains, and when it snows, I don't get to the market more than once a week. This is what I had. This was what was happening. This is what I cooked. You don't need to do that. This is what you could do. What do you have? And what I say in the beginning is really the point of this cookbook is because I can't be in everyone's kitchens with a glass of wine, watching what you're doing and going, wow, that looks great.
I'd have the wine for you.
So the book is yours.
I'm coming to your kitchen.
It's your experiences that we can hopefully pull from.
Well, and I really hope you can, because that's the point.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Well, let's look at some refrigerators. Rod submitted a picture of what his wife
Nice
keeps
work,
in
Rod.
the fridge.
They
Because
give
I
you
don't think
food?
you ever go to the grocery store, do
Oh,
you, Rod?
now we have
Whoa.
food.
That is
Look
a
at
packed
that.
fridge.
Wow.
You must have a
Not what
large
mine looks
kitchen.
like.
That's a
Look at
big
But you know
that.
what the
refrigerator.
problem is? I have no idea what's in that refrigerator.
Because there's everything in that
Yeah,
refrigerator.
the only thing, see, front and center is a jug of milk. I'm
see
a big
that.
milk drinker. That's the only thing I would run out in the middle of the night to get if I realized we were out of milk. I have to have my milk when I start off.
That is a bad feeling. You pick that thing up and it's light.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I've got a problem.
I think you could make anything you want to make with that fridge.
Pretty much, essentially. Yeah, that's a mini-series. Yeah.
Okay.
miniseries.
All right,
skip
we
that
have
one.
Ashley's as well. I know, Ashley, you looked at your pantry and your refrigerator.
Yep.
Is this yours here?
That's mine. So
that's
that
the
got
pantry.
The
peanut.
salt in the
No, that's the
refrigerator?
pantry. That
No,
was the
that's the pantry. So
Oh,
these
it's
are
the
the
pantry.
that's the produce I always have.
That's so
Look
neat.
at that.
Green onions, carrots, tomatoes. I've got
Oh.
oatmeal, peanut butter, garbanzo beans.
Back and
So
forth
much
between the pantry and
stuff.
the produce
But
store.
I don't know how to cook any of it.
Wow.
Oh, man, you can make great salads with everything you had in there.
I do make a Greek salad with feta.
Oh,
I do love that. I
fantastic.
make that a lot.
Yeah, and then you always have olives, probably.
I have Greek olives.
You look like a
Yep.
Greek olive
I am
kind
Greek,
of a girl.
yeah.
Todd, questions. I'm thinking, what am I going to run out of? I may run out of fresh meat. I may run out of fresh produce. I have all these box goods, and I have, goods like this sitting around. But I can make music out of this
This is
stuff.
theoretical, right?
can.
Because you're not going to run out of anything based on the picture we saw. But continue.
We need to get to Drew's fridge.
Oh, he had a question. I'm sorry,
Oh.
right?
Well, no, but there are recipes that I can put together that don't require fresh meat, don't require produce,
Oh, yes,
obviously.
of course. Well, I'm married to a vegetarian. I am not a vegetarian. I have a mixed marriage. So there are many recipes in there about what you do also, what you do when you run out of meat, because that's cooking for a
Quick
vegetarian.
example.
Yeah.
Quick example. Well, he eats fish. Anybody got smoked salmon in their refrigerator?
Oh, sorry, that could stay.
I
though.
should
That's a
have
good
that
thing
the
to
Monday
have,
segment, but
right?
no, I don't right now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, smoked salmon, okay. Butter, cream. If you don't have cream, you can use sour cream a little later, but if you've got butter and cream, anybody got scotch in their house?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I knew that was coming.
I was going to
cook some
point the
pasta.
finger.
Cook some pasta. Boil, and it's in here. Put some butter with some cream or some sour cream into a little pan and boil it down a bit. Add a big splash of scotch. In my case, it's Irish whiskey because that's what we have in the house. And then when the pasta comes off, add that and as much shredded smoked salmon as you have.
Yum. That sounds good.
Wow.
Sounds
Okay.
fantastic.
And you know
I knew
what?
if we
It's great
answered-
for company.
If we answered Rod's question, we could skirt showing my refrigerator.
No, that's what you're
I do not
trying to
have
avoid.
Ms.
Let's see your
I don't have
refrigerator
Ms.
because
permission.
I think it's probably a
Wow,
well-stocked
that's another well-stocked fridge.
refrigerator.
You have milk too, I see.
Yes, and creamer on the side there. There's another shot at the milk, Rod, if you like that. I took 2 shots. I want to go from 2 different angles.
Yes.
What do
The
you guys do
wide
with all
shot
this
and-
milk?
I have 2 10-year-old boys.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Yeah.
I
Sorry.
can't keep it in the house for a 14-year-old. I mean, milk is sort of the go-to.
Do you go through more than 2
That's
gallons
why,
a week?
Yeah, that's why I keep the Hershey
Seriously,
syrup.
more than 2 gallons a week?
No, not more than 2. Now
How
that
about you, Rod? More than 2 gallons a week?
I drink a couple gallons myself.
We go about 2 gallons a week.
That explains all the eggs. too.
Well,
eggs, you can do anything with eggs.
Eggs. Well, I thought for sure you'd look at mine and say omelet, but I like the spaghetti carbonara. That's even
Yeah.
better.
Well, and look, and you've also got tortillas, which is another great thing. That's another great thing for kids is scrambled eggs with cheese. I add salsa at the last minute into
Yeah,
the scrambled
right.
eggs. Stick it in the tortilla, which I heat because I love to do that. Dollop some sour cream on top. Squeeze that lime you've got over there on top,
yeah.
and hand it over.
Throw some bacon in it, and you're
Yes.
Golden.
Hey, so you have a little bag here with what you always keep, the essentials in Todd's kitchen. What would those
these are the
include?
essentials.
Okay, here we go.
In ascending order of importance.
Here comes the bottle.
The scotch?
I'm loving this.
Oh, it's a Merlot.
Yeah.
But you don't refrigerate your red wine.
Okay, it's a
You're going
Merlot.
beyond
Oh,
the
no.
refrigerator.
I mean, when I say refrigerator, I just mean, it's a
broad term.
broad term.
How about kitchen
It's a
storage
metaphor,
area?
kind of. Okay.
Kathy and I have a couple of these.
And it's on sale right now. Perfect. It's really good.
No, we need something to go with it.
Tabasco.
Tabasco.
I carry this in my purse all the time. It's
Tiny
fascinating.
Tabasco bottle. I've never seen one.
I
so
actually,
little
I got
thing.
one of those in Louisiana when I was down there checking out the factory.
A Tabasco traveler.
When you run into foul-mouthed children in the grocery store, stick your tongue out, man.
You could even get that through airport security. I bet it's so tiny.
Good.
Yep, you can.
Oh, what do we have here?
Bad advice given.
Black tea.
Black tea.
Black tea. I have to have black tea.
Black tea,
What
okay.
is it with you millennials? Why do you have to have flavored tea all the time? Black tea.
Black
It's
tea.
very good.
But
Do
I'm,
you use
I'm
that
seeing a lack of.
for cooking things or just to drink the tea? Oh, there's her number one ingredient, garlic.
Garlic. It's
Which
gonna
will
flavor anything.
which will up anything that you've got here. I was going to bring my thing of olive oil, but I figured that was a little too messy.
This made me think back. One thing my mom always had in the refrigerator growing up. She wasn't even a smoker, but for some reason she kept a pack of menthol cigarettes in the refrigerator. Like she smoked so infrequently, I think she thought she was keeping them fresh for the days when she really needed one.
Wow, you couldn't do a whole
interesting.
lot with that, could you?
I know. Even with pasta.
Dump
Just
the
throw those
author.
out.
Even
Just
with
throw
pasta.
those out.
So you have a book signing coming up.
I do. Tomorrow night, 7:30, Powell's Hawthorne.
Sweet.
And I'm going to be doing the same thing. So if anybody wants to come and write down what they have in the refrigerator, we'll pick it out and I'll tell you.
And is,
we'll
is
debate
it, so
fun,
it's tomorrow
yeah.
night, not
Tomorrow
tonight.
night.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night at
Friday,
7:30.
Thursday night. Okay.
All right, Todd Davies, so nice to meet you and safe travels. You said you live
you very
outside
much.
Ashland.
Yes, I
All
do.
right, thanks
Kathy,
so
you have
much
to
for
use
coming
this
in.
before December 23rd, by the way. Just
Right,
relish goes
I'll
back.
get busy on the barbecue with my relish.